Welcome. In this video I'm going to show you how to create a chart or a diagram or a plot in Excel. I'll be using two different tables, and I'm not going to show you all options but just a few. The charts are in the insert ribbon, and here's a chart section, and if you go further you can actually see all possible charts that Excel has built in. Now let's say I wanted a nice clustered bar chart. I'll select all the data I want to see in there. Normally you don't want to see the total, so don't select those. Insert, column, 2D, and there it is. So that's really straightforward. With a chart selected you always get the chart tools. So you can do plenty of things. You can switch the rows and columns in the layout depending on what you've selected. So let's select all the male bars on their format. I can then change the color to, let's say, green, and in layout I can add a legend, for example. I can remove it, I can add titles. So I can actually make it look any way I want. I want to delete the entire chart. Now if I only wanted to see the total, another way to do that is select these, hold down the Control key and select these, and insert, and let's go for a pie chart this time, 3D one. Here we go. And again you can manipulate this in any way you like. Turn it around. You can actually make a slice, double click on the slice to select only one, right click in a certain area to perhaps give it a gradient fill. Let's use this one, close, and right click here for the chart area, another gradient fill. Let's make it look really horrible, and hopefully you start to get the idea. Data labels is an interesting option with pie charts. This is where you can actually say, well, I want to see, for example, the category names next to the slices, and I also want to see the percentage, and I don't need to see the value, and then actually the legend itself can be turned off. Okay, so that's in a quick nutshell how to create a bar chart and a pie chart. Creating charts in general, though, at design there's always the select data, and here you can actually select specifically which data it is you want to see. The next type of diagram is the histogram. I'll be using table 2 for that, which needs frequency densities, which are simply the frequency divided over the class width. Copy paste, and the problem is that we really need to set this up in a long way by actually drawing it point by point. So I'll start off at the origin 0, 0, then still at 0 I need to move up to this one, then I move to the side 25,000, still being at the same height, and still being at 25,000 I'll drop down to 0 again. Then at 25,000 I have to move to, forgot that to reference it, to this one. Then I move to the side. This is going to take a little while, so if you want to skip the video a bit, be my guest. 0, and then this one equals that one, equals 75,000, equals that one, 0, 75,000, and then at 75,000 move up again to this one. This one equals that one, and this one equals then the last one, almost there, equals this one, equals 0. Now that we have actually drawn it point by point, it becomes perhaps more obvious when we select all of this, go for insert and then scatter and connect by straight lines and markers. Here you actually see the effect, and we now have a proper histogram. We should add still the titles and for the axis, both of them, and also of course on top. We don't need the series names, so simply delete it, and this is a proper histogram. There are plenty of other charts. The last one I like to show is a Pareto chart. Now for a Pareto chart, these need to actually be sorted, so I'll select this table, excluding the total, and go for data sort. I want to sort it based on the total and largest to smallest. Now it's sorted. I also need the cumulative percentage. I'll first do the cumulative frequency itself, which equals this one over that one, and then the relative frequencies, and then the cumulative relative frequencies. Plus this one, copy, paste, and this equals this one plus that one. Right. Now for a Pareto chart, I want to see in these, of course. I want to see these, and I want to see these. Insert, column, and to the clustered. That's hard to see, but actually the cumulative ones are really at the bottom, and that's because they're almost 0, and the highest one is 1. To change all that, select only those, which is a bit tricky to do. There's an easier way of doing this. In the layout option, you can actually choose simply the series. And then what we want to do is the design. We right click and then change series chart type. This needs to be a line with markers, that's okay. And then the next thing to do is that we want to actually go for format data series. Oh, you're not seeing that. I'll move it up a bit. Right click, format data series. It needs to be shown on a secondary axis. Close. And now, as you can see, we have a nice Pareto chart. Okay, that was it.